Yeah, I think it felt good to play 3 games in 4 nights, to be honest, before the break, and then to have a little bit of time with family and stuff is always welcome during the season, especially our into December, January was kind of weird with COVID and being away, and so definitely gives you a little midpoint of the year break to kind of reset your sights moving forward.
You had a couple of guys from the university help you out today, balance out the line sort of thing. Did you talk to them? Like, was it a big thrill for them?
Yeah, I played with Potsy, so he was good. We chatted all day and tried to get some laughs out of him, just make him feel relaxed. It's a good opportunity for those guys to come and experience NHL practice, and I imagine they're probably pretty excited to come out today.
Does it feel different when you have a guy like that thrown into your line in a practice?
Yeah, I think it just, you try to have fun with it. You try to make sure, you try to help them out. You don't want them to, we do drills either the same or likewise, most days in practice. When you come from a new team, you can get a little new drillitis going. So, we try to help him out and make sure he knows the drill before we get going.
You've played a lot with Pierre. What kind of growth have you seen in his game the last couple of seasons?
Yeah, I really enjoy playing with Pierre. I have, since I've been here. I think his consistency has gotten a lot better. I think his understanding of the team system and how he needs to play has gotten better. But Pierre's got lots of great skills. I think when he's focused on his game and really driving, he's a handful for other teams. And for me, he's a guy that I enjoy playing with.
You've got a lot of guys on this team who can play a lot of positions. Pierre appears to be one of them. How valuable is that to a team?
Yeah, for sure. I think as a player down the lineup, you try to make yourself, versatile, and Pierre can go up and down the lineup. He can play everywhere, and I think that's valuable for our team. It's valuable for him. I think that's why he stayed in the league through lots of competition for ice around here, and he's a guy that I think the coach is gaining confidence in. And sometimes for a younger guy like that, maybe he wants more. But to be a good team, you're gonna have to have depth throughout your lineup, and we're a good team, and we have depth through our lineup. And when he's playing well, it helps us a lot.
What have you learned about Alex Kerfoot since you started playing with him?
Yeah, just a smart guy I get along with really well. Just a really smart hockey player, really competitive guy, great athlete, somebody that thinks the game really well, and he can be hard on himself. And so I think it's important to talk to guys like that, that know when the puck's not going in, that they're still contributing and how good they are. I think he puts a lot of pressure on himself to be good, and that's what makes him such a good player. Well, you just explain the value. He's a guy. If he's on another team, he's probably on the power play somewhere and getting more offensive looks. But for us, he's this really key piece that's really helped that line out. Penalty killing, he's been phenomenal and really embraced it. And I think when you're on a good team, everybody's roles kind of take different forms, and sometimes leave you wanting more in certain areas of the game. And I think it's important that guys realize that the big picture here is just trying to win, and by having a deep lineup, some areas of the game are going to suffer at times, but as long as the team's winning and moving forward, we're doing our jobs.
I know it's kind of an old school mindset to some, Jason, but what value do you see as a guy who's been around the game a long time? Wayne stepping up yesterday after a pretty hard hit and making Brendan answer the bell. How does that help and sort of filter throughout the team?
Yeah, I think we've had great team toughness throughout the year. Wayne's a huge part of that. He's a physical player. I think when he's playing physically, he's at his best, and when he's engaged in games like that, it's a good night for him, and just makes everybody on the bench. It's great for moral support of the team and knowing the guys have each other's backs. And I think all year we've been really good in that category, and Simmer being a guy leading the way in that sense.
Mitch is on a bit of a heater right now. What's the longest goal streak you can recall in the NHL, and what does that feel like when you're on one of those?
I think my longest is probably like 8 or 9, somewhere, where he is right now. I think you go through times when the puck follows you a little bit, and especially Mitch, he's more of a pass-first guy, similar to how I was. So I found I was always a streaky goal scorer, and I think Mitchie's probably similar. There's times where you lose confidence in your shot when you're a pass-first guy, and then when it's going in for you, I think you gain that confidence and the puck follows you. With Mitchie's hockey sense, the puck follows him most nights, but when you start getting a few to drop for you, you definitely build confidence.
We were just talking to Jack, and he's exuding excitement like that coming off the All-Star game about the second half. What do you recall about how it felt coming back from your first All-Star game?
I don't remember, but
A while back.
Yeah, no, I think as a player, it gives you, confidence that you belong in those groups and you can hear your name in the the top of the league, like Soupy's been mentioned. But I think to get around the other guys, I think it gives you confidence because you realize that everyone's kind of the same too, and that there's no magic fairy dust that these guys at the All-Star game have that Jack doesn't have. That he knows what he's capable of. When he's consistent, he belongs there. And sometimes you put guys on a pedestal and see yourself underneath them. So for a guy like Soup, I think just to go and be around the best in the game was great for him, and knowing that he belongs there.
I know you watch a lot of hockey. What did you make of that goal Connor Bedard scored over the weekend in Calgary?
Ooh, he's a pretty good player, no? I can find a way to get him. It'd be nice to. No, it's a heck of a goal. He's a special player. John Paddock coaches him in Regina, and I still keep in touch with John. He was a big mentor for me and a big influence on me, and he raves about his game, his maturity, how serious he takes things, and just the type of player he is. So, I know he's getting good guidance with John being his coach, and it seems like the skills are more than there. So, pretty cool goal he scored, and just a guy that's exciting to watch.
How's the second half of the season different from the first half in terms of intensity and ramping up for the playoffs, that sort of thing?
Well, I think, you start wanting to hone in on who you are as a team and be a little more consistent with, your efforts. I think there's not as big a difference as maybe there was 10 years ago. I think that there's so much parity in the league that every night you get team's best, and when you're one of the top teams, we're finding we get the best out of the teams that are bottom of the standings because it's a benchmark game for them. But I think in general, it's more internally focusing on honing in on some of the details and some of the things that we want to work on and focus on. Less so that the pace really picks up or the change. I think that used to happen a little bit more, and now the pace is so high every night. It's every night feels like a must win. My wife laughs at me because every night I leave saying it's a big game tonight. We got to win this one. She says, she just snickers, and it's the same old song and dance. So, but it's true. It's how you feel. We played Detroit the other night in Detroit. They're a team that's quite a bit below us, but they gave us a great effort. They're fast. They're hard to play against, and there's no free nights anymore. And I think our guys are learning that we're getting looked upon as one of the top teams in the East now. And when it's like that, you see teams best. So. I think there's not maybe as big of a change, externally from other teams, but you do, as the season goes on, you want to hone in on your own stuff.